Well, time for a little trip down to the post office. Yeehaw. I'm taking Oparay just to burn off some energy. There you go. All right, just a quick little trip down to the post office, drop off a couple of letters. Um, 14 miles. Yes, just in town. 14 miles, 27 minutes, 202 watt hours per mile. What's 202 watt hours per mile? That's almost 5 miles per kilowatt. Wow. Yes, very nice. I do have HVAC off because, of course, I mean, it's 73 degrees. My temperature set to 71, so why run it? So, anyway, there you go. So, almost absolutely no problems whatsoever. I mean, going by the Highland Lake Boulevard stop sign, um, yes, the road got wide on the display. So he got, oh, what's going on? Whatever, peace and army. I did notice that the the speed control with AutoPilot. I mean, it used to be he would use just like FSD. He would set it to whatever percentage offset you had, right? If the speed limit went to 40, he would be at 41, and if it went to 50, it'd be at 51, stuff like that. Yes, my percentage is my offset is 1 mile per hour basically, and that's because I find that usually when I go by the speed traps, if I'm going 40 miles an hour by the speed trap, I'm showing 41. Okay, does that make sense? I mean, it's just the offset thing. Okay. Of course, this is just autopilot, so it's not navigation. It doesn't follow navigation. So you have to steer. You have to handle the steering yourself. But staying within lane, it does it. It actually did it fairly good. So no problems whatsoever there. So I guess that means the grade would be, let's call it a B. Not that this is FSD, it's just autopilot, but pretty decent actually. Um, yes, and it's only 14 miles, all in town. No magical Tesla traffic lights to bug me or anything like that. Anyway, onward, upward. Yeah, well, let's leave it at that. What I said, grades a B. I think that's where we'll be. Okay, so I was watching a video by Engineering Explained. Um, you know, this guy. Sometimes I'm not sure about his politics, marketing, whatever. But when he's talking about the actual engineering of what's going on in various places, okay, I listen to him. All right, so, and he's pulling from a study by Dr. Dunn, is that his name? Who actually works with Tesla at least part of the time. So, one of the recommendations he said that he found from the study he's reading is you should set your charge limit to 75%. So basically, where all that's going is if you could charge, what do you say, like from 50 to 75%, something like that, there's less degradation to your battery and more frequent charges. Okay. So, like in my Model Y, I tend to charge it almost every day that I drive. I mean, so I'll charge it when I get in because that's when the battery's warmest, and then we'll go from there. But I don't know. The way I see it is when I'm traveling, there are superchargers. I don't have to worry about too much about how far I can make it. I can make it, and I can always sit up to 80 or 90% if I need to. The main thing was the real bottom line, if you wanted to hear it, and you guys with the Chevy Bolts and those Volkswagen ID4s, you need to hear this. Okay. The number one recommendation is not to charge to 100% and leave your car stored. That was the number one recommendation I heard. Okay. Whether you like it or not, I mean, I get it. Well, I'm used to filling up my car with gasoline to 100%. Yes, well, gasoline doesn't, well, it does degrade over time, but it takes a long time before it degrades. So that's not too big a deal. You charge your battery to 100%, yeah, especially in we're in Central Texas. It gets hot here. Right now, no, because it's winter time. But in summer, it gets over 100 degrees sometimes. So you don't want to charge to 100% unless you absolutely have to. And so the one thing I do is if I charge 100% because I needed to, I'm immediately driving as soon as I finish charging. Okay. All this has to do with how the chemical reactions of charging affect your battery. Now, those of you who have LFP, like the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, that's a whole different story because the chemical reaction is very different in those batteries. And basically, if I understood him right, the main factor here is cobalt. Unless it was nickel, I forgot which one. Nickel, cobalt, what's the difference? They're both, either one of those, if it was a high, okay, you need to go look at his video, Engineering Explained. Okay, but the number one thing was if you charge 100% and stored your car, that's when the most degradation can possibly happen, according to the study he was analyzing for us. So there you go. Be smart.